All right, let's talk about a number you think you know. We're going to dive deep into one of the most misunderstood symbols in all of human history. We're peeling back all the layers of superstition to find a secret code that's been hiding in plain sight. A code that connects pretty much everything: atoms, stars, and yeah, life itself.
So, when you hear the number 666, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most people, it's all about doom and gloom, right? For centuries, it's been branded as the ultimate symbol of evil, a mark you definitely don't want. But what if? What if that's all just a massive misunderstanding?
What if, instead of being this mark of corruption, 666 is actually the fundamental, scientific signature of every living thing on this planet? I know, it sounds wild, but that's the big idea we're exploring today, straight from our source material, so stick with me.
To even get our heads around this, we have to put down the old text for a second and pick up a chemistry book. Seriously, we need to look at the one single element that forms the backbone of every living thing we've ever found. Think about it. From the tiniest little microbe to the biggest blue whale, it's all built from carbon. Its special properties let it build these incredibly complex chains and rings that make up our DNA, our proteins, our cells. It is, literally, the stuff we're all made of. So let's get right down to it. Let's look at the guts of carbon-12, which is the most common and stable version of carbon out there. As you can see, it's just perfectly balanced. It's got 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons.
So, there it is. 666. Protons, neutrons, electrons. The atomic signature of the element that is the foundation for all life is, literally, 666. From a purely scientific view, this isn't some spooky symbol. It's the atomic recipe for organic matter. This completely flips that infamous phrase, the number of the beast, on its head. The original Greek word therion, it doesn't mean some kind of monster. It just means a living creature, an animal. So in this context, the beast isn't a demon. It's just any physical, embodied, carbon-based life form. You know, it's the number of you and me.
But this pattern doesn't just stop at the atomic level. Oh no, it echoes up on a cosmic scale. Because the story of carbon, well, that story begins in the heart of dying stars.
Carbon is basically crystallized starlight. It's born in this amazing act of cosmic alchemy, where 3 helium nuclei all fuse together to create one single carbon atom. It's quite literally starlight that's been made solid.
And this built-in sixness shows up in carbon's favorite shape. It naturally forms these perfect, 6-sided hexagons. This shape is nature's go-to for strength and efficiency. You see it everywhere, from the delicate pattern in a snowflake to the perfect engineering of a beehive's honeycomb.
Now, behind all these physical shapes, there are these fundamental mathematical constants that kind of run the universe. You can think of pi as what defines the container, the circle, the sphere. And then you have phi, the golden ratio, which defines the pattern of growth inside that container, like the perfect spiral in a seashell. So just remember those two things, the container and the pattern.
And here's where things get really mind-bending. Our ancient ancestors, it seems they had an intuitive grasp of this deep connection between the number 6 and the way reality is structured, and they wove it right into the systems they use to measure their world.
I mean, just think about it. Why are there 360 degrees in a circle? Why 60 minutes in an hour and 60 seconds in a minute? It all comes from the ancient Sumerian base 60 system, and it's not random. It's a system built on the beautiful harmonic properties of the number 6.
Okay, check this out. Let's look at an ancient way of measuring value, the troy ounce. It was used for stuff like gold and silver. It weighs exactly 31,103 milligrams. Okay? Got that number in your head? 31,103. Because this is where the echo gets loud. A key cycle in the Mayan long count calendar, which is this incredibly sophisticated map of cosmic time, is 31,104 years. I mean, the similarity is just jaw-dropping. You have a system for measuring earthly value almost perfectly mirroring a system for measuring cosmic time. It's just, wow.
This whole principle of resonance and reflections, it's not just in numbers or geometry. It's actually coded right into our language, hiding in a place you've seen 1,000 times.
What happens when you spell the word live backwards? You get evil. The idea here isn't that this means evil in the sense of malice or being a bad person. It's more of a linguistic mirror. Evil here represents the polar opposite of live, inertia, stagnation, just matter without that spark of animation.
And this brings us right back to carbon. Carbon is the ultimate physical mirror. Those same 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons can arrange themselves into vibrant living tissue, or they can become an inert lump of coal or a diamond. Carbon itself is the physical threshold between life and non-life. Okay, so we've gone from atoms to stars to ancient measurements and even language. Let's try and tie all of these incredible threads together into one big, cohesive picture of how reality works.
So our sources suggest a kind of 3-step process for creation. First, you have pi, representing a spiritual plane which defines the potential, the boundary, the circle. Then you have phi, the mental plane, which provides the intelligent pattern for growth. And finally, you have carbon, number 6, the physical plane, providing the actual substance for that pattern to become real.
So in this framework, 666 isn't some singular scary thing. It's the trinity of sixness. It's a symbol for matter itself, perfectly manifested in our 3-dimensional world. It's the symbol for space, time, and energy, all fused together into physical form.
So the ultimate takeaway, the crucial point of all this, is that far from being a symbol of chaos or evil, 666 can be seen as the ultimate symbol of order. It is the signature of the entire cosmos, imprinted onto the very building blocks of our material world.
It's the code where the infinite potential of the circle and the perfect proportion of the spiral finally meet and become tangible, physical life, a number not to be feared, but maybe to be understood as the very signature of our own existence. Kinda makes you wonder, what else might we be misunderstanding?